And the worst part of all of this is Kevin is over there filming it in 4K. So as Eddie is over there getting
what's up?
Yo, today we're about to be reacting to a video by Swiggy Me, and it's titled "When Rolf Beat Eddy with a Fish Beat for the Culture." Oh my gosh, I remember this episode. Bro, Rolf was just tweaking all episode, nigga. I was like, is this nigga about to beat this nigga ass with the fish every part of the episode? But let's see.
revenge. A dish best served cold, hard, and scaly. But what did you do to push a man to a point where he is beating you upside the head with a fish while his homeboy is recording it in 4K? Ladies and gentlemen, today I present to you Rolf, the son of a shepherd, and today I'm going to tell you how Eddie got on strike 3 with Rolf on his journey to revenge. Welcome back to the cul-de-sac, where Johnny is a dummy and Eddie has apparently mastered Shadow Clone. Wait a minute.
You're a big fat phony!
So Eddie's new scam of the day is a school of Kung Fu, which I gotta say, this boy is probably gonna grow up to be the richest man in the world. So in the middle of Eddie trying to use
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Them niggas was always coming up with scams every day. See, put the people to the side of the ads, they were just scumbags, my nigga. Like, he's gonna grow up to be rich. He's right about that. But like, them niggas is always doing scams, and they never got to the jawbreakers until one day.
to kill Johnny, all the kids are running somewhere, and that somewhere is Rolf's house, where he is dressed in an outfit made of sea cucumbers to honor his great nano. And I'm not gonna lie, Rolf's family is probably some superhuman farmers, because why is he scared of his great nano, and how big was that great sea cucumber? So Rolf is passing out his cucumber balls for people to eat on.
Pause!
You know what? I take full blame for that one. But as he is passing them out, Eddie takes one of them and chucks it at the fence, which dishonors Rolf. And when Rolf comes back out of his house, he is mourning the loss of his honor and has everyone to step on his face because Eddie done shamed the son of a shepherd by throwing one of them fish balls. And ladies and gentlemen, right now, Eddie is
This nigga tweaking out because he did that. Oh my god. I get how they disrespect. I guess how this is like disrespectful in a sense of like culture, but like this nigga tweaked that whole episode for this.
is at strike 1. Because when a man loses his honor because of another man, you are now on borrowed time. He ain't about to be crying over there forever. But the dumbest thing about Eddie is he doesn't think he did anything wrong. So while Eddie is trying to figure out why Rolf is upset, Double D is trying to explain to him that he has royally screwed up because he's a dickhead, and maybe he should go apologize. But you know Eddie isn't about to apologize, even if he's been the most royal dickhead in the dickhead kingdom. And the craziest part about it is Ed wanted to go randomly make cupcakes. And I know this is very random because we just got done talking about why Eddie is a dickhead, but I want all of you to remember this. Cupcakes. Nothing else, just cupcakes. Trust me on this one. So Double D goes back to Rolf, and Rolf done buried himself under the ground with nothing but a funnel for air and his hands above the dirt. This man is sitting here punishing himself like this, and Eddie is still confused on what's going on. Man, if you piss him off one more time, he's going to murder you. But this next part really ain't Eddie's fault. It's Double D's, because he gives him a plant to give to Rolf as a token of forgiveness, and when he gives it to Rolf, Rolf rises from the dead, grabs Eddie by his belt and says, "You mocking me with a potted shrub of ridicule?"
He really.
This is the type of person on the block you do not want to fuck with, my nigga. If there's a type of weird guy or weird kid on the block, you do not want to fuck with them. They're gonna be targeting you, trying to do anything, and you never know. Them niggas might come by with a blick.
About to rock my.
And in the middle of Eddie being confused about what just happened, Rolf tells Eddie he about to whoop his ass. And in the very next scene, Rolf done dug that man's grave with gardening tools.
Oh my
my God. I just want y'all to know how hard this is, because if you haven't done any yard work, you don't understand how crazy this is. He built this giant hole in his backyard with 2 spades, not a shovel, these. And when he hops out of the hole, he grabs a tree with his bare hands, pulls it out by the roots, and after he slings it over the dang hole, he says, "That's enough training. I'm ready to fight. Y'all, Eddie about to die." So Kevin goes to get Eddie for Rolf, and when he gets there, Rolf been sitting there chewing on a rock with his green, never before seen by a dentist teeth. "Why is your teeth green?" So Kevin comes to Eddie and opens a box. And when he opens the box, he says, "Choose your weapon." But in this box is a chest full of fish. I just know that box stank. And so as the two stand over that tree that Rolf threw over that hole, Rolf stands over Eddie and asks him if he got any last words. And finally, Eddie decides to say, "I'm sorry." But listen to this, because this is where Eddie gets strike 3. Rolf says, "Okay, if you sorry, where my cupcakes of sorriness?" Ed had the cheat code this whole goddamn time, and Eddie is over there sweating bullets.
No. Wait.
And when he turns to Ed and Double D, they just shrug their shoulders because Eddie didn't want to make cupcakes, because Eddie didn't want to apologize. So now Eddie has to fight.
It's like all this shit is just like backing down and kind of like coming back on Eddie just for being a selfish ass dickhead. Like, bro, you had so many opportunities to kind of like stop this. Even like Ed was given like good ideas, and Ed is typically stupid. But you should have probably like, that nigga's plan, and gave that nigga some cupcakes. Maybe he would have fucking forgave you.
Rolf with a fish. So as soon as Eddie turns around, Rolf smacks him with the fish so hard we get our first look at an impact frame.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And Rolf proceeds to whoop the stank off Eddie's ass with the fish. Eddie was getting put in a Tekken combo the way Rolf was over there beating him, because off the first hit, he had that man floating in the air like Eddie just got shoryuken, and then turns around, double-fisted, bruh, god dang it, and slams that man into the stump again. Even Double D was over there shook at how he was sitting there comboing one of his best friends with a fish. And Rolf,
this is the first time in a cartoon I see somebody get they ass beat with a damn fish, my nigga. That nigga was putting this nigga in all types of combos and just beating the shit out of him, all over the disrespect of him throwing some food. Damn.
just over there beating the literal brakes off that man. And the worst part of all of this is Kevin is over there filming it in 4K. So as Eddie is over there getting beat to sleep, Rolf does probably one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is Hall of Fame level disrespect. He stops beating Eddie's ass, pulls him up by his belt, and says, "Hey man, it's a duel. 2 people, duel. I hit you, you hit me. You gotta fight too. So make it interesting and hit me." And Eddie was confused by all of this. He says, "You want me to swing at you?" And then Rolf just interrupts him and says, "Hit me, fool." And right as Eddie is about to swing on Rolf, Rolf knocks Eddie into the abyss and has officially restored his honor. So moral of the story, you better make them goddamn cupcakes. But
Bro, my nigga, if you were gonna just knock this nigga off the log and just win the whole duel, why you even telling that nigga to hit you? But this was a crazy ass video. He know how weird and crazy Ralph is by now. No matter like how much like pranks and shit you pull on him, he's still a crazy ass farmer. But hey, man, I guess Eddie learned his lesson this one. But if you want to see more reactions by Swiggy Me, I'm about to just be reacting to more. But hey, we on the road to 300. Catch you guys in the next video.